Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Leafit Inner Circle webinar. My name is Ron Pope. I'm Chief of Operations and Marketing for Leafit. And this is where we bring the leaders to you so that they can talk to you about what they do in their business to build their businesses so big, so quick, and so solid. That's the important thing about this is in any business, the products, the compensation, things like that will draw people to your different opportunities. But with Leafit, we're a social network all about socializing and building relationships. And if you focus in on that side of it, on building relationships first and foremost, you will have a business unlike any other business you've ever had. People will stay here for the relationships and the environment, and the products, the services, things like that. They're all extremely good too. So this is a wonderful business model here. It's the best that I've seen in the last 19 years of being in business, and I've built several multi-million-dollar companies, and I've been a consultant for international and national companies. And hands down, Leafit was the place I knew I needed to be. And so, what are we? Well, first off, if you're new to the company and you may not be aware of this, we're the first app that pays you when the pictures that you post generate a sale. So we're tying social networking and e-commerce together for the first time ever. We have over 19,000 different retailers worldwide that you can tag to your different pictures. Okay, so you'll snap a picture, look at the picture, and whatever it reminds you of, you can go in and search through our 19,000 different retailers for a hat, a shirt, pair of shoes, a lawn chair, a hammock, whatever it is. I mean, whatever comes to mind from that picture that you're looking at, tag that to that picture and then create what we call a leaf. Other networks will call that a post, but you create a leaf with it. And when somebody in the network sees that and they go, wow, I like that, and they click on it, if they buy that product or they buy any product from that particular retailer, you're going to receive a commission on that. So it's pretty incredible. Now you can earn money with us without paying a dime. You can come in as a free affiliate, and anytime somebody buys off your pictures, you make money. There's also other options that you can get involved and earn, 9 generations of e-commerce sales and other types of compensation as well. So right now we have a free install, currently iOS 7.0 and above, and we've got there we go. Future developments that we're currently working on are the desktop enabled. Okay, so you'll be able to go to your computer and just pull it right up on your desktop and post your leaves, make comments, whatever it is that you're looking to do. And then we've got our mobile devices, our Androids will be coming out after that. And we have a patent pending on this business model, guys. So other businesses will not be able to just step up and start competing in this same space anytime soon. So that gives you first to market rights, and you guys will have the opportunity to build your network extremely quick and extremely large before there's any competition out there. Now, I want to talk to you about the market because this is a proven market here, guys. This isn't something that's new. It's not like it just, popped up yesterday. This is a market that's been around for a little while. Matter of fact, Facebook has been in this space since 2004. They now have over 1.23 billion users on their network. Pinterest, go down to the other side. They've got 70 million users. Instagram, Twitter. Look at Google Plus here, 540 million users since 2011. All right, so very explosive growth in this social networking industry, creating an enormous opportunity for you guys. And then the number of pictures that are being posted each day, which is the backbone to Leafit, is taking pictures. That's where everything starts with us. But the number of pictures that are being posted is incredible. Look at this. Pinterest has 20 million pictures posted every single day. Now, if that was the only network I pointed out, that's still a tremendous amount of pictures. But look at the other end of this, 350 million pictures being posted on Facebook alone. I mean, that's like taking every single person from the New York City area, 10 million people, and have them post 35 pictures a day. I mean, that's tremendous amount of pictures that are being posted on that one single network. So lots of opportunity, lots of growth, lots of room for for you guys to get involved. We're bringing multiple markets together. We're not talking about just dealing in the social networking. The social networking brings us the traffic, over 2 billion users, which is up almost a billion users since 2011. But then you add in the online advertising, which we're coming out with an advertising platform, which is over $135 billion a year in online advertising. That's up 17 billion just since 2012. So in the last 2 years. So significant growth right there. Then you got your affiliate direct sales, which is $167 billion a year. That's up $2 billion just in the last 12 months, guys. So significant market growth there as well. Then you got e-commerce, which is just going nuts. I mean, it's out of control. You want to tap into the next big frontier. That would be e-commerce. $1.5 trillion a year in online sales. I've had people tell me, well, okay, but you guys are asking people to change their shopping habits. And actually, we're not. We're just getting in front of the change that's happening on its own, which is getting involved in e-commerce. And but look at this here. It's up $500 billion since 2012. So very, very significant market growth there. $1.8 trillion total market and growing daily. That's the opportunity that you guys are looking at to participate in. Now, let's take a look at projections here through 2017, because another factor you guys are going to need to take a look at if you're looking at getting involved with us is what's the continual growth pattern. Well, if you look right here, this is the number of users on social networks. Look at the growth that's happening. It just keeps going up and up and up. Right now, we're going to be right around 2 billion users this year. By 2017, expected to be over 2.5 billion. All right, significant growth pattern right there. Let's look at the money that's translated in through e-commerce here, business to consumer. Mind-boggling. We're talking about trillions of dollars here, guys. And look at this pattern. It just keeps going up and up and up. About 1.5 trillion this year. Almost another $1 trillion by 2017 in e-commerce sales. So you want to be at the right place, right time. You've been looking for that type of an opportunity. Congratulations for being here tonight. Now, what this call here is about is bringing leaders out to you guys that know how to capitalize in these markets, that know how to, really get out there and build a good, solid business and bring on a ton of people. And then build relationships within those groups. And that's what we have for you. So we're going to show you how they do it. And our first speaker here this evening is a gentleman that I know. I've been able to work in another company with him before. His name's Greg Greisner. He started with us here just just over a month ago, July 6th. And Greg has really been a pillar in the industry for quite some time. He's built enormous teams. And what I know most about Greg is that his teams love him because he's able to support and create duplication through his group. And Greg, are you on with me?
I am, Ron. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. I'd love to just give you the floor. Talk a little bit about your background, what you see happening with Leafit, and maybe some things, some activities that the folks on the webinar this evening could be taking right away to explode their businesses as well.
Thanks, Ron. And welcome, everyone. So glad you're here. And you're fortunate enough to be positioned now to make the smart decision to join Leafit if that's what you do, because your timing is just couldn't be better. But my journey in becoming a home business entrepreneur started really when I was 16 years old. I had to leave home when I was 16 and go out and support myself, which, I actually enjoyed it. And at that time, I was really passionate about art, being an artist and then being an art entrepreneur. And so at that time, I was working in restaurants, and then I was building my own art business with my own art first. And then I started branching out and growing, and I opened an art gallery, and then I started a publishing, wholesale production of art. And at that time, backing up a little bit, in high school, I almost didn't graduate high school. I barely graduated high school because I was so focused on building my business. And I guess I already had the bug in me of not wanting to have to say, or I have to listen to a boss tell me when to come to work, what to do. I already had that desire from a young age, which I'm thank goodness for that, because it led me to Leafit. So as I progressed in my art business, it became bigger and bigger. We tend to grow and want to do more and more as we're becoming successful at something. And so it got to the point where I had 25 employees, and I was pulling my hair out. I mean, it started to become, even when I had 15 employees, it started to become such a nightmare. And I think most of you have heard the term where if you have your own business, a lot of times it's where you own a job and you really don't no longer own a business. And that's what had happened to me. I didn't feel like I had freedom. I felt like I was just a slave to my business, kind of like the golden handcuffs or something like that. So I started realizing, I've got to change this. I can't keep going this way. It's stressing me out and it's not healthy. So I started to downsize, and this was in the early 90s, and I just started to sell off things and downsize and try to make it simpler and simpler. And of course, as I downsized and made it simpler, I wasn't earning as much either. And I thought, there's got to be a way where I can find a business that doesn't involve the traditional trappings of a traditional business on Main Street with the rent and the employees and all the costs and all the hassles and all, etc. I think most of you know what I'm talking about. So I started searching. I actually used to stay up late night and watch, infomercials, and I had no idea that there was such a thing as network marketing there in the early 90s. I wasn't introduced to network marketing until 1996. And so all these years I'm still doing my art business, and then one day actually, it was a neighbor where I was living. They came by and says, "Oh, we own a home-based business. Here's a video. Watch it." I said, "Oh, really? Oh, okay." So I plugged in the video, and oh man, a light bulb went off in my head. I thought, "Oh my gosh, leverage! This is leverage, residual income." So I started my first home-based business then, and I didn't do that well. It just didn't happen for me. I don't know what it was. I wasn't passionate about the products, I guess, overall, and it just didn't click for me. But I was persistent and consistent, and I realized that, well, this one isn't right, so I'm going to go keep looking around. And so I, fumbled and bumbled and I got under the hood of a few more, and then all of a sudden I started finding some success with one company, and I really developed some really good success with it. But as I was building the success and working with people and helping them, I found that the model of this particular company, which happened to be a nutrition, personal care, which most of them are, in the industry, the products were great, but, it was complicated. It was expensive. And for every one person I could help find moderate to good success that I worked with, there was dozens more that just couldn't duplicate it. And because it was expensive and complicated, and it was competing with all these other nutrition and skincare network marketing companies, which there's thousands. And so, I just started to think, man alive. And so about 2007, the company started to make some bad decisions, and some trouble, ensued because of it. And, I thought maybe this is a good time for me to get out there and become a student of the industry and really search for something, an opportunity that was simpler, that was more duplicatable, that the average person could succeed at, and it wouldn't cost them a ton of money. And so I started my search, and that was a little over 7 years ago. And during that time, I was still, earning my residual income from the other company, but I had stopped building it. And I was getting under the hood of probably an average of 4 companies a year, checking things out, all different kind of products, all different kind of compensation plans. But I didn't find anything that really hit me. But I had to get under the hood to really see it all, because sometimes, on the outside, you can't tell. So going on, and here it is 7 years later, then all of a sudden I get a call from one of my friends, Joe Cronk, and his partner, John Simpson, and they introduced me to Leafit. Now, backing up a little bit more, during the 7-year journey, I was thinking to myself, I was really starting to pay attention to Facebook, of course. Who couldn't, right? As they're growing. They started, I think, in 2004 or something like that, and they started becoming a big thing. And, at first, I didn't really participate in Facebook that much, and I really didn't know really what it was all about. I just knew it was exciting for a lot of people, but I didn't really get it that much yet. And so I started thinking, as I started just dipping my toe into the social network Facebook, I started thinking, wow, wouldn't it be great if there was a network marketing company that paid people for building the social network like Facebook? And I started looking for them, and I would see a little bit of something here and a little bit of something there, where it was like this very failed attempt at trying to create something like that. It would be like here today and gone tomorrow. I thought, oh, there's got to be a company out there. I just wish, but I didn't find it, of course. And so here I am now, and here we are, all of us, positioned in front of an unprecedented new company that is just launching now, called Leafit. And this is amazing because not only are they properly financed with a solid foundation in expert management leadership, but they have a technology that's patent pending. And they're the only game in the industry. They're the only one. There's no competition. And we're all here in the beginning. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is everything I know I've ever dreamed about. I know that with Leafit, that all those people that I couldn't help succeed with my other company that I was doing well in, pretty darn good in, but there was all these other people that never felt good about that. With Leafit, I'll never have to face that because everybody can succeed with Leafit. The only thing that separates the success in Leafit versus any non-success would be only if somebody just didn't do anything. They didn't talk to anybody and share the Leafit model with others and share the fun, even if it's just a free affiliate. That's the only people that won't be successful in Leafit. It's someone who just doesn't do anything. And so your success is tied directly with making Leafit fun and getting out there and sharing with others. So there's a little bit, Ron, for you, all about me.
Well, thank you, Greg. That was pretty incredible. If you were to give the folks on the phone advice on what they should be doing right now in order to, get their businesses rolling this week, what would be a step by step that you would suggest to them to do?
First thing I would do is go in front of a mirror and look at yourself and ask yourself, am I committed? Am I willing to make a commitment to putting consistent and persistent time into building my Leafit business, even if it's just part-time to begin with? Am I ready to do that just like I raise my family, like I buy the groceries and I pay the mortgage and I mow the lawn? Am I willing to do that? And if your answer is yes, then you will succeed. So the first thing I think that anyone should do is to make that decision that they want this big time, because you're positioned in front of a huge, huge opportunity here that's just at the very beginning, that is one of a kind. And then what I would do is make sure you plug into the resources. And there's a saying in this industry, it's called duplication. There's a term, duplication. And being duplicatable is not getting out there and throwing up on people and trying to create everything yourself. It's using the tools and the systems that Leafit is providing us. We have fantastic tools and systems right now, website, webinars, live and recorded, etc. And use them. Don't reinvent and create all of your own tools, because what you'll be doing then is causing yourself to not be duplicatable, and people will say to themselves, can I do that too? He created that. I don't think I have time to learn how to do that. But if you just share your website and you share the webinars and the recorded live and recorded webinars, and you share everything that we have, and there's even more coming soon, then they're going to say, wow, he didn't tell me much. He just said, take a look at this incredible new social network that pays you, and there's a patent pending on this model. Go to my website and take a look at this and watch these videos. They're going to say to themselves, I can do that too. This is so important. And a lot of times it's easy to forget this. So you've got to write these things down. Be the messenger, not the message. Be the inviter, not the message. Don't give the presentation. Let the tools, let the webinars, let these webinars, let the websites, let all of our fantastic tools that we have now and more that will be coming do the presentations for you. Work with your sponsor. Run things by them. Make sure you check with them. Communicate with them regularly. If you've got someone who's really interested, invite them to meet your sponsor in a three-way call. Invite them, because they may say, wow, that'd be great. Or they may say, no, I don't need to do that. But just invite them. Because if they do want to do that, then that's a good thing because it really helps you to build your business. So make the decision, make the commitment that you're going to stick with this on a consistent, persistent basis, even if it's only 5 hours a week to start, and then use the tools and have fun. Make this fun because you're going to have a lot of fun when you start realizing that you're building life-changing residual income for you and your family that helps you to have less stress, that helps you to save for the future, that helps you to take vacations, that helps you to live the lifestyle you've always wanted. So that's what I'd recommend.
Well, perfect. And Greg, I really appreciate you coming out and sharing your knowledge and time with everybody on the phone. And you know, some are in your group and some aren't. And I know you're a leader like myself, and you don't really care which group they're in. They're all part of the same company, and that's one of the things I love about you. And you know, to really play off of some of what you just said, I hosted a local training in the corporate office about a month ago, and a lot of what I talked about was along the same lines of what you're talking about here now, which is, you know, you don't need to be the expert. You just need to, you know, get people the information. And I even told them, even if you are the expert, okay, there's danger in being the expert, okay. And I remember back when I was part of a company called Quickstar, which was a spinoff of Amway, and I did over 500 presentations for that company in less than a year, and I became an expert. You know, I mean, I knew that business inside and out. And what I found happening was the duplication stopped. People would say, "Oh, I can't do it like you do, Ron." And so what I learned at that time is you don't have to be an expert at it. All you have to do is get the information in their hands. And when they call you or you follow up with them, and they say, "That was great, but I got a couple of questions." At that moment, even if you know the answer, do not answer the question. What you do is you get your sponsor on the phone and you say, "You know what? That's a wonderful question. I'm not the expert, but I have somebody who is. Let me get him on the phone real quick." And you three-way in your sponsor. And then, but you got to let your sponsor know before you do this, okay? And what you do is you get the sponsor onto the three-way, and before you tie them into that call, you say, "Hey, I've got Carolyn over here, and this is going to be one of her questions. I'm going to tie you in." And then your first job when you bring your sponsor on the line is edification. You want to edify your upline as being an expert at this business, and they're building a wonderful business that you hope to duplicate the same efforts, the same results. But man, this is the person that you've really got to ask your questions and listen to. You put them on a pedestal. You created that third party. Edification, that third party, what am I looking for? The term is credibility. Okay, third party credibility to the fact that you're in a great business. You're not the expert. So now when they do get off the phone and they join you, okay, they're going to go, "Wow, you know what? I got started, and Greg, all he did was just sent me the information, and then he tied me in with somebody else who answered my questions. I can do this. I can do this. If Greg can do this, I can do this." But guess what? Now Greg becomes that expert for this new person that he just brought on. You see? So you do need to learn the business, but you're never the expert for your own business. You always bring other people involved for that third party credibility. Do you want to add anything to that, Greg? I may have caught you off guard if you're on mute.
Excellent, Ron. Excellent. I couldn't. Oh no, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Uh huh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, that was excellent, and I totally agree with you. And that doing that and following that pathway, building your business will create tremendous success, and you'll have fun in the process. And that's what our business is all about. It's all about building wonderful relationships. It's all about building wonderful income and having fun. And even if you don't are new to social network, I'm still fairly new to it. I have so much to learn, but it's okay because I'm I'm learning and learning as I'm earning. And everybody can do the same. No one will fail in this business if they are committed and they're taking consistent and persistent action on a daily and weekly basis. And I look forward to everyone being successful.
Absolutely. And you know, guys, another thing that it does here, as Greg just stated, he's earning as he's learning. We actually pay out every single Friday, which means you could get a check within days of getting involved with Leafit. And So what this does by being able to plug in the system and bring other your upline into it, whether it be your personal sponsor, maybe your sponsor just signed on today, so you got to go upline a couple. Okay, so find out who that upline leader is, and get their number, get familiar with them, build a relationship. But while you're learning, it takes out that analysis or paralysis of analysis. Okay, it takes that away rather than you having to sit there and try and learn everything before you ever pick up the phone, and then it gets really easy just to put it off for a couple weeks and then a couple more weeks. The whole idea behind this is get involved, start building your social network, and put a ton of money in your pocket. Okay, so one of the ways to do that is to simply bring on an upline leader so that you don't have to answer all those questions. So, all right, well, Greg, thank you so much for again spending this time with us. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next speaker here.
Hey, Ron.
And yes, sir.
Yeah, one last thing I just thought of, and when we were just talking about earning and learning,
Hmm.
of course, we have an iGrow University, which teaches professional, intermediate marketing, social networking, all kinds of leadership development that is included with your associate membership. And what a beautiful thing. And so that's all I wanted to add. And thank you so much. Look forward to seeing everybody. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you so much, Greg. And
Bye.
Greg just makes good point after good point. Just so you guys understand, the social network Leafit is the free side of the business. It's free to join, free to earn. The actual product here is the iGrow University, which brings that. It teaches people how to tap into the fastest growing. I just showed you some of the stats. The fastest growing and fastest way to build your business vehicle that's ever been created, which is social networks. And through the iGrow University, you'll learn, and you could pick one module, two modules, take the whole course, whatever you want to do. But let's say you just take the Facebook module, you could literally master Facebook and learn how to explode your business through that social network right there and driving traffic back over to your sales funnel, which ends up, people signing up underneath you. So that's what the iGrow University is all about, is learning how to effectively and efficiently market online and generate tremendous income. Whether you do that here with Leafit, you could use that education for any business. I mean, you literally could go off and you could go around your town and pick up merchants that don't know how to market through social networks, and you're now an expert at it. I know folks that make 6, 7 figures a year doing that, and that's the potential that iGrow offers here. And iGrow University is actually our product. So thanks for bringing that up, Greg. I appreciate it. And Greg is actually one of our AAB members. It's a new board that we've formed, which is Associate Advisory Board, and we asked Greg to participate in that because he's got incredible feedback and he represents the field really, really well. And so, Greg, thank you so much for your dedication and your donation of time to Leafit here. So, moving on to the next speaker this evening is a gentleman that has frequented these inner circle calls, and his name is Will Cormany. And I'm getting to know Will fairly well here, and his group is just exploding. He was on a couple weeks ago, and his group has gone up like another 700 people in just the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And I mean, Will is just doing a great job. Very dedicated, as he showed here this evening. Was having a hard time getting on the call. I gave him a number, but it wasn't allowing him to speak. So let me see if I can get him unmuted here. Okay. Will, I've got you unmuted. Thank you, my friend, for working so hard to get on this call and being able to share your story and some of the golden nuggets that I know you have prepared for the folks here this evening. So, are you with me, Will?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
All right, great. Now, thanks for having me on again. And, Greg, tough act to follow, so I'll try to be brief. I just, what an exciting company. This is the kind of stuff I tell people. I mean, I say it just like this. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you dream about. And there's been many, many companies who have tried to put together something that, its time has come. The concept of a company like this, social media, rewarding the people who create the value. I mean, that's just the way it is. The people create the value, And guess who does not get paid? The people who create the value. The companies who create the platforms get paid. So Leafit, they created the platform. I mean, think about this real quick. When you go to YouTube, does YouTube create YouTube videos? No. They created the YouTube platform for other people to create videos. And when other people create videos, then more and more and more people come to do the same. But YouTube does not create YouTube videos. They create a platform. Facebook does not create content and post in groups and events. People do. So all of these platforms are just created to draw people in, and the more people that come to these platforms, the more that these companies are worth, because the more people who are there, the more ad dollars and everything else flow. So Leafit did it right. Leafit, I hope, is the start and the beginning of a trend that's going to resonate across the internet and change the way that the landscape of all of these social sites are and business is done going forward. So I'm just very grateful to know about Leafit, to be a part of Leafit in the early stages. I promise you that whoever you are, wherever you are, there's millions of people who wish they knew what you know now. There's millions of people who wish that they knew about Leafit in these early stages. And for every person who's a little bit upset or a little bit anxious because the app's not out yet and it's supposed to have been out last week and all that kind of stuff, there's just as many people who would love to be in your shoes and to be a part of these early stages, because I would much rather be utilizing the time that I have now to put together a team than hear about Leafit 6 months from now when there's 80 million users. So what I would encourage everybody to do is just utilize the time that you have right now while we wait on the app, whether that be another 24 hours or 3 or 4 days, doesn't matter. Get acquainted with LinkedIn. Set up an account at Instagram. Go over to Twitter. Think about the ways that you can expand your social media influence so that when this app comes out, you can attract more people to come to this platform. And something that's really important, I mean, we know that this is launching in the Apple Store iPhone first. What would happen if you had hundreds of people in your team and a month or two, or whenever it happens, I have no idea when, but when the Android version comes out, you already have that many people in place. It's just those kind of things. I mean, be grateful for the position you're in to know about a company like this and have such a good starting point with with this before it comes out. And really all I can add right now, have fun with this. Have a blast. Text your friends. Email them. Tell them there's an app out that you can make some money. This doesn't have to be about some pie in the sky kind of, let me raise my eyebrow and, what is this guy pitching me? No, this is just, people do this all day, every day. They share photos. They enjoy social networking. Have fun with this. Tell your friends that you're sending them a text with a link. Say, sign up for free. Tell me what you think about this. Watch these videos. This company really has it together. This is really neat, because it is. It's a concept that people have wanted something like this for a very, very long time. But most of these social media sites and apps, they don't reward people for what they bring to the table. But right now, we have a company that is doing just that. They're recognizing the value that people bring to the table, and they're showing us what we're bringing to the table. These other sites don't necessarily do that. I mean, I'm looking at a screen right now that says that I have 16 personally enrolled people who have grown to nearly 5,000. Does any other site that I'm a member of show me how many people have come as a result of my personally invited people? Not that I'm aware of. But not only that, they're going to incentivize me for that value. And it's just a concept that it's going to catch enormous fire, and there's a lot of people right now who understand exactly what is about to happen. There's a lot of people who don't really understand what's going to happen, but they're going to see it happen, and it's going to be an incredibly fun thing to watch and to be a part of from the start. Now, also this coming Saturday, Leafit is going to be at a LA block party, and I just want to touch on this real quick because a lot of people don't understand um, the orphan situation. And I know I'm kind of, I always touch on this orphan situation because I think it's very exciting, but Leafit does not compete with its associates. Leafit does not compete with the people who are helping grow this company, which are its affiliates and associates. So what's going to happen here is when this app goes live in the App Store, anytime that it's downloaded, or even before the app gets into the App Store, when someone just joins Leafit, they're going to be considered an orphan. And orphans are going to be sequentially given to the people who are qualified to receive orphans. So who are those people? There's a few thousand associates in Leafit right now. There's multiple tens of thousands of affiliates in Leafit right now. So let's just assume that you're one of the associates. Do you have 3 personally sponsored associates yourself? If you do, congratulations, because now you're in a much smaller bracket of people who can receive orphans. So let me just paint this picture real quick. 40, 50, 60,000 Leafit affiliates, a few thousand associates, and just a few hundred associates with 3 personally sponsored associates themselves. Now, would you like to receive orphans as they download the Leafit app when it hits the store, when they go to the block party this Saturday in LA, and Leafit has been invited to a block party in Los Angeles, and actually on Sunday at 1 p.m. they're going to be on TV. Now, this is going to stream to 3 million homes. What do you think might happen a month from now when the already recorded Terry Bradshaw Fox News TV show airs? How many downloads in that day might happen? So, I mean, you get my point. There's a few hundred people right now who are qualified to receive orphans. And all you have to do to be in that running is to be a paid associate and have 3 personally sponsored people. So, very exciting stuff going on. Incredible company. Just amazing leadership. The back office, the videos, the weekly calls, the schedule. I just haven't seen anything this impressive in my years of marketing, networking, direct sales. And, you know, Ron, Mike, Lawrence, all you guys at corporate, you're doing an incredible job. You've given us the vehicle that we can take out to the world in the palm of our hand. We have a business in our hand. We can show people at a drive-through at McDonald's. We can show people at a PTA meeting, at a walk in the park, anywhere we are, standing in line at the DMV to renew something. We can show somebody a really incredible, fun, non-threatening application that people can make money doing what they do already for free. So with that, you know, I just appreciate you guys having me come on and talk, and hope I didn't get too long-winded, but you know, thanks for the invite, guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thanks again for coming out here and sharing your time, and you know, we've got you on the roster here to come out and speak with the folks on the inner circle, because I get emails requesting, you know, hey, that Will guy was really good. Could you have him come back and share some more information? And you know, Greg Grice from the previous speaker, same thing. You know, we like to bring these guys back. If you like the speakers, you know, let us know in the chat box that, hey, I love hearing Will. I love hearing, you know, Greg or whoever it might be. The other day, we got really lit up with Lise Williams. I mean, she just did a great job on Tuesday as well. So that's the type of speakers that we like to bring out here that can really pour into your life and bless you guys in a matter of an hour, to really, maybe you heard something here today from one of these speakers that just completely changed your mindset and is now going to change your life. And that's why people like Will and Greg are involved in this industry, is they have the ability to impact, I mean, tons of lives, more than you ever could do from a day job or something. I mean, it's really empowering when you take this industry seriously and you take your business seriously and realize that you have the ability to impact lives. So, Will, I really appreciate everything you do, and I'd love to have Sherry come out one of these days with you on these calls and hear it from your wife's perspective as well. So, thank you so much for your time. And with that, we're going to go ahead and progress forward in the call. And there we go. We had a little bit of feedback there, but anyways, wonderful speakers this evening. Let's go ahead and come to an end here on the Inner Circle webinar in just a moment. I want to talk to you guys about the 50K race. We are giving out $200,000 in prize money. We're rapidly approaching the 5,000 paid associates. The person with the most personally sponsored associates at that time will receive $15,000. When we hit 10,000 paying associates, the person with the most personally sponsored will get 25,000. And then we change the game a little bit here. When we get 25,000 paying associates, the individual with the most personally sponsored, who each have 3 apiece, will get another $50,000 check. And when we hit 50,000 paying associates, the one with the most personally sponsored, who each have 3 each, will get a $110,000 check. So $200,000 up for grabs. We are working on some other promos that we'll be rolling out to you guys as well. A lot of exciting things. We want to put cash in your guys' pocket and help make your dreams come true. So this is something we believe we can accomplish between now and the end of the year. Be handing out $200,000 in prize money. So that's our intent. That's what we want to see happen between now and Christmas. So this is a visual business. If you guys right now, I know that nobody has the app on their phone. That was one of the final requirements of the App Store. Was that we had to wipe out all previous versions, and so we did do that this week. And then here we're expecting literally any day now. We thought the app would be out a couple weeks ago, and then there was an issue with Facebook required all apps in the App Store had to re-register, which meant the Apple Store had to get involved in that, and now everybody's backlogged. But we are pushing our way through it. We were on with the App Store this morning and Facebook, and we were told at one point we were done with Facebook, and then they came back with another requirement because some of our beta testers had old versions on their phone, and so they were still posting content to Facebook from Leafit, and it was not supposed to be happening during the registration process with the App Store. So anyways, we got that all worked out, and we're literally just waiting any day now. As Will said, it could be 24 hours, it could be a few days. We don't know. As soon as we know, you will know. And but we are right there. Corporate's done everything that's been asked of us, and we're literally just awaiting approval. So until that point, until it goes live, guys, right here is on your homepage. You've got your product video, and then right underneath it, you got watch the app demo done by our CEO, Lawrence Sal. So if you've got prospects that are interested in the business and they want to see what the app is going to look like, take them right here to your website. It's your replicated website. So leafit.biz/your username. Okay. And drive traffic through to your site. Let them watch that app demo. Remember, guys, the social network is the free aspect of the business. And so if they are interested in making money with Leafit, make sure that you do talk to them about the iGrow University and the incredible benefits over there. A lot of people may be intimidated and go, well, I don't know how to build a social network. Perfect. We can actually help you with that too. We have something called the iGrow University, and here's what it does. It teaches you how to tap into the social networks and build your business at lightning speed. So this is definitely something that you're going to want to use. It is a visual business. Guys, we are going viral right now. So what do you do next? If you're new here tonight, decide to move forward, get your sponsor's username, go to their website, leafit.biz/your sponsor's username. Secure your position right away. We are a matrix-based program. I know we didn't go into the compensation plan here tonight. This is not an opportunity call. This is an inner circle leadership call. but it is time sensitive. So with it being a matrix base, you want to get in right away, secure that position, and then as Greg said, you can earn as you learn. So and make sure that you are utilizing your upline to help you with all your prospecting. Follow the step-by-step system. Plug into all the different webinars we have. If you go to the replicated website, click on webinars, you're going to see 6 opportunity webinars a day. You're going to see the Monday night corporate jumpstart. That's the information call from corporate. Then you got Tuesday and Thursday inner circles, like what you're on right now. And then we have our Wednesday night live questions and answers webinar, which has been extremely popular. Hundreds of questions are being answered in that hour that we're there. I've got our CEO that joins us on that particular webinar, as well as Mike Green, one of our executive founders. And lately we've had Paul Ankersmith, one of the field leaders, coming out to that. And we may be recruiting a few more leaders from the field to come out and help answer those questions, because it is a very, very popular webinar. So if you don't have questions of your own, still come out, listen, take notes, and learn your business. Really plug in. Get on the phone, invite folks to the different webinars that we have. So get them plugged in as well. Anybody that you do bring into Leafit, make sure that you're helping them plug into the system so they know where all the resources are. Most of all, this is the most important thing. Build relationships and have fun with it. If you don't want to have fun, go to work, go to your job. Okay. Some of you might like what you do, but most people, their goal in life is to get out of their job. So here, your goal with Leafit is just to build relationships, have fun, which is going to result in an incredible business for you, because people are going to want to be around you. Okay, so we want to say just welcome to the team, and let the fun begin. This is where everything gets fun, is when you decide to move forward with Leafit. So thank you so much to our speakers, Greg and Will, here tonight, and really appreciate you guys coming out and dedicating your time and focus to Leafit and to the success of the individuals in the field. So thank you so much, guys, for spending this time with us. Have a great night. Take care.